Hello, it's seemownay again, and today I would love to show you my other notebook cover that I use for planning my projects. Last week I showed you this Midori leather cover. It's in my playlist, and I will also link it in the description below. And yeah, I'm participating in the Plan With Me challenge over on Instagram, and it's hashtag Plan With Me challenge. So you can look it up there, and the topic for day 6 is projects. No, it's not day 6. Sunday, the 9th, is projects. So I thought it would be great to show you my traveler's notebook that I use for project planning today in my Midori video. So this is my fabric Midori cover. I made it myself. It was my first and only one. It's not perfect, but it works as a notebook cover. And this is what I used before I moved into this one. And this is just a plain Moleskine notebook. And I would just show it actually works. Is similar to the bullet journaling system. However, I only put in my projects. So I have an index here, and it didn't work out with only one page, so I just added in another one. And then each project has one page. So I just put down here what it is, and every time I have an idea, well, not an idea, every time I start a new project or I plan on doing a new project, I just write it down, and then I write down everything that I need to remember for that certain project, like the size, what this was a blanket for my son, the fabric I used, how I want to do the design, and yeah, and then because sometimes there's not a lot of stuff written here, I actually also added photos to that project's notebook. So and then I went through, I actually have to add a finished here. I went through and I just crossed out those that I already finished and marked those that are still not done, because this is just a work in progress. And I have 61 projects in here, and I'll just flip through so that you can see. This is the fabric Midori that I did. I wrote down what where I could find instructions, what material I would use, how big the insert size is, and then I planned how large the fabric would be. And this is a photo of this here. And then I also wrote down what I would do differently next time. So yeah, I'll just walk you through. I haven't done these yet. They might turn into projects. Maybe I won't do them. I don't know yet. Sometimes my interests just shift or I lose. It's just not necessary to do these things anymore. So yeah, like these are all of my knitting. This is my knitting project. Yeah, I started in 2015. No, in 2014 I finished one, but the other one I haven't even started yet. So I don't really know if I'll ever get to this. Yeah. And here I just added all of my unfinished sewing projects, because again, I didn't know if I really wanted to do them. So I just added them here, so I know that I have them, and I'll just might go back and cross them out because I don't want to do them anymore. But this just helps me. Yeah, it's like a catch-all. So So I don't have to remember, oh yeah, somewhere in my closet there's this shirt that I actually want to make. I know I can go here and I find every crafty project I ever started in here. And it doesn't really necessarily mean I'll finish it, but it just keeps it all together. And then, yeah, these are all of my ideas. This is my Project Life stuff. I haven't really worked on that. I wanted to do a photo album for my son, but I looked at it and this is how far I got. And then I was so overwhelmed that I just put it away and said, okay, I'll do something else because I can't do it. This is my December daily. A blanket I'm working for my husband on. A present for a friend. Yeah, it just helps me get everything that I have in my head and mind and brain down on paper. And here I started to note down my scrapbooking layouts, and that's how the projects book was filled up so quickly. So I actually have a different notebook for my layout now. The booklet was full just in the middle of September, so I started working in this. I have 3 inserts in here. This first one is a list insert. The second one is my projects book. It's an A5 notebook that I just cut down to fit my traveler's notebook cover. And then this is a notebook that I made myself. It is this is scrapbooking paper and just plain copy paper, not the best quality. And this is where I just write down all of my layouts, ideas. I put the sketches that I find on the internet in here, and yeah. So I'll just start in the beginning. This is in 2014, I think, or 15, maybe 15. I bought an X17. It's a German brand that does notebook covers for A5, and they have a very inexpensive version that is just like $20. And I bought that to try the bullet journaling system. And I also bought this cover. And when I started using a traveler's notebook in the Midori size, I just cut this down because I didn't use the A5 one. So I'll just show you my lists here. I started this in September because I found that I needed a place to put lists, and I didn't want to have them in my calendar inserts because these lists live longer than my calendar, and it's really I don't want to go and search in between my calendar where I find a certain list. So I made a list book, same style as the bullet journal system, an index in the front, and then I just wrote down all of the lists that I think of. Like, I have books to read, book ideas for the boys. So I divided these lists up because yeah. Then I have crafty ideas. These are just ideas that I get in my head that I haven't really thought about if I want to do them yet, and I haven't started them. They go on this list before I move them to the projects list or the projects book if I'm starting them. Then sewing ideas. They will also go into the projects book if I start them. What I want to explore around here. My wish list. Lunch ideas for the boys for school. My cleaning schedule. The movies we want to watch. Ideas for YouTube videos. Orders. The meals we like to cook and eat, and ideas for gifts that I just, when I'm out and about and I see something, I often take a picture, and I really never go back to the pictures. So I then just jot down the idea that I had. That's also a Moleskine journal that I just cut down to fit into this traveler's journal because I just love the size of these. And then I covered them with washi tape. I got this in a Coco Daisy kit in May or June. So this is my projects book. It's the projects that didn't fit in here, and I don't really have a lot in here yet. It's only 6 different things. I'm participating in a fabric sewing swap, and I really have to get going on that one. And I'm also participating in a advent calendar that we do with other German women around the Bay Area, and I'm supposed to make 24 gifts for someone. And yeah, I want to do 2 cards, so I really have to get started on that because it's 48 cards. And then here is my project life, the album for my oldest son, album for my middle son, my youngest son's album is in here. And I also started a travel journal in July, and I put it in here just to keep my ideas in one place. So I already wrote down the numbers of cards I have to do. This is the weeks of 2016, and I need to cross off the weeks I have already done, and I have to mark where I printed the photos already. And I'm doing the same thing for my sons. So when I'm finished with January, I will cross off January, so I know, do I have to order photos for February and so on. That's my middle son, same structure. And then I also wrote down all of the places we went during the summer so that I know where to look for the photos, and also I'm going to cross off when I finish journaling about that specific trip. And then I'm already done. But I actually have a question for you. There are still projects in here that I haven't finished. There are projects that I'm still working on, and there are projects that I'm not really sure if I will ever finish them. What would you do? Would you move those projects over here into this journal? Because I already noticed that I don't look in here anymore because this is my new projects journal. So do I go through the hassle of copying everything that I wrote down for the project I already did? How do you go about this problem? Please help me in solving it. I'm not sure. I don't know. And sometimes I'm really wondering if I'm stupid because I think about these kinds of things. Do you know what I mean? Well, okay, so this is my project journal. I took out the layouts because this is something that really bulks up these projects because they take more time than doing a layout. And so I thought it's easier to just do a different booklet just for my layouts. And I love doing sketches, and I also love scrap lifting people. And so I usually look on Coco Daisy and Citrus Twist Kits. Citrus Twist Kits actually publishes a sketch every Sunday. And yeah, it just helps me keep track of all the things that I want to do. And I started by sketching these sketches out, but this is too tiny, so I started printing my sketches, but I haven't got them yet. But I will actually show you them when I'm back from the printer. So this is the first sketch that I put in here, and whenever I have an idea about this sketch, I just write something here. Or for here, I didn't really write down anything because I had the idea came to my mind immediately, and then I just went about and worked on it. Same, not the same here. I knew I wanted to do a layout that was similar to Danielle. She is Banning Lane on YouTube. You might want to check out her channel. She does awesome stuff. And I just love her minimalistic style. And so I just sketched an idea, and because I had so much journaling I wanted to write, and I also think I did that with my typewriter. I pre-wrote my journaling here because that's something I struggle with, writing long, meaningful journaling on my scrapbooking pages. So why not use the space that's in here? That's it. This is my projects folder. No. This is my projects traveler's notebook. I have given you a walkthrough all of this, and I hope you liked it and it was helpful for you. Maybe you could share how you plan your projects. It would be great to see how other people do that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day and a great week. See you next time. Bye.